Hi, welcome to the Marion School's YouTube channel. My name is Sami Mbogwa, and today I have a wonderful guest, a former alumni. And you guys, I'd urge you first to subscribe to Marion School's YouTube channel because we share people who are in Marion Schools and having an impact out there. And today we have a wonderful guest.
Yeah, my name is Evelyn Kibare, but I prefer to just call my name as Evie. I started in 96 Marion Preparatory, and then I transitioned to Farmhouse in 2001 and finished in 2003. Yes.
You finished in Farmhouse?
Yes.
So if you're one of the guys who, of course, also started Farmhouse, because
yeah,
we're like the beginner class of Farmhouse, because Farmhouse started in 2000.
Yeah.
So did you start with Farmhouse?
I came in a year after. I came in, but now in 2001, it's when it became officially like a school on its own. You know, in 2000, it was just the boarding. They would come to prep, and they were part of prep, and then in the evening, they'd go to Farmhouse to sleep. But now in 2001, it's when they became a whole entire school on its own with their own uniform and own classes. So when you go to Farmers, it's like your farmers, not prep in the morning and then Farmers in the evening. So yeah. So I came in second term and I was admission 52. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Hey, you are a Marion blood. You're Marion blood for sure. So I think you can share who you are and what you do.
I'm Eve. I am a film producer by profession. I'm also very passionate about communication, and so I'm also a communication consultant. And what else? I'm passionate about Africa, and I love telling stories. I love telling stories, and I love telling African stories. So, well, in my years, I think I've practiced film production from 2013 all the way to 2019. Then 2020, I was still running my business, and then I fell sick. So I was having headaches, and I'm like, what's going on? So I thought my business was going to pick up because COVID did that thing where online businesses started picking up. At least for me, it was. And then I got sick, and I lose my sight partially in June and then totally in November 2020. And let's fast forward to July 2021 is when I decided to start a YouTube channel, because I was thinking, okay, what do blind people do? What do blind people go after they've lost their sight in adulthood? Because there was no information. The information was so hard to find. It's like there's a community of blind people, but it's like they're not out there. You know, the way if you want to do IT, you can just Google where can I study IT and universities will come.
Yeah.
Or where you can say where can I go for yoga? You can see yoga studios. There was no information on what to do as a blind person. It's like, now what am I supposed to do with this information? So I decided, let me start a YouTube channel. As I figure this out, I can also share it with other people so that they don't feel like they're alone in this. Because I honestly felt devastated. And I'm like, so how do people use their phones? Do they even use phones? Oh my God, does that mean I have to buy a unique phone? I was so green and there was no one to show me how to move forward. Mm-hmm. So I started the YouTube channel and I told my story at first. And the idea of calling it experience is because I know this is it's a lasting experience. It doesn't stop. It's a journey. Mm-hmm. It's not a destination. I'm not just arrived at so I've gone blind. That's it. It's okay. What am I discovering as I continue living my life? Who am I meeting? What stories am I being told? What stories can I share about other people as well? So yeah, that's been the journey, and I can't lie that it's been easy. It may look easy, but it's not, because sometimes I have good days. I have more good days than bad, and I'm happy that I survived, because the reason I lost my sight was because I had a blood clot in my brain, and it had stopped a lot of things apart from sight. There was a point I had lost my mobility and I wasn't able to sit up. It's like my backbone had just gone into papers. I could stand and then I fall down. So when you lose all that and then you regain it back and then it's only the side that's gone, you're like, you know what? I'm not that badly off. I've gotten most of my strength back. Then I need to do something with it. And because I'm good at storytelling, let's say.
You are. I've seen your channel. Hey, you can tell stories, man.
Yeah, something else. I've always been a noisemaker, like from class, I think 2.
Yeah.
All the way to class 8. Like, I will be the one telling stories in class. I was always a noisemaker, and it took me all the way even to high school. But then I'm also an introvert, so that's a funny thing. I love telling my stories, but I don't love, I'll tell you my story, we laugh, and then that's it. Me, I'm good. Me, I've done my parts. Can we move? I'm that kind of a person.
Oh, is it okay?
Yeah, so I was like, what is it, this thing that I can do so easily for me that I don't have to feel like I'm stressing my body again into figuring my life out, What is this gift that I have that I don't have to now really scratch my head about it? So I was like, I love telling stories, either through film or through writing. So that's now what I'm doing right now. I tell my stories on Threads, on Twitter, on Facebook, on my Facebook page, and I'm also telling my story on YouTube. Yeah.
So you used your passion now to tell your story?
Yeah, to tell stories. In general. Yes.
Oh, okay. Because I saw your channel, it was really craftful. Like it was, you see a lot of creativity behind it. And of course, you know there's a lot of creativity. Like there's a creative behind it, of course. Yeah. So I don't know how would you say, how did Marion play a part in? Did he play a part in your creativity?
Well, Marion has played an interesting role in my creativity because as much as people, I think, mainly, I don't know, from prep and both farmhouse would look at me as a choppy.
Oh, is it?
I was the choppy. But somehow I grew in other fields apart from being a choppy. In class 3, I think I was best junior girl athlete. And that got me thinking, oh my God, I could do something other than just being really good in my books, being a smarty pants. And then there was also, we used to have some very weird competitions. There was handwriting competition. And handwriting competition, I was good. I had a very good handwriting, and somehow I got, scores for that. And it's like it expounds my skills from just thinking that you're only just good in books, yeah. And then another thing is, I think it was in class 3 also, they introduced the journalism club, and then we were supposed to do snippets of stories going around the school. So it's either you write either on sports, weather, or any interesting news bites that you've gotten during the week. Now, my introverted self does not know how to approach me. I don't like being center of attention. But because of also being a smarty pants, somehow the teachers know you. So when it became a bit easier to have that conversation. You're like, so teacher, what, you can ask those questions. So I was invited into the journalism club by a teacher. I think it was a Kiswahili teacher. I don't know how he spotted me or what he found was so good about, either it's the way I would, because I think it's class 3 where you start writing compositions. So he called me and told me, I want you to be writing news bites for the school and you're going to be in the journalism club. I'm like, what? I don't know what you're saying. And then now you have to stand in front of the parade on Monday in front of all those people and read the news. I'm telling you, Monday was terror. I'd go in the bus, I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, I look at the small, it's not even a lot of words, but I'm just thinking, I'm going to stand in front of the parade and read to people, and these people, oh my gosh, I'm going to stammer. So yeah, that also got me out of my shell and into, speaking in public. And I guess you get more, it's like you have to now use your creative juices, because you're now thinking of yourself not just as a choppy, but now you're being given something else to build on. And yeah, and what else? Oh yeah, and then in Farmers, I was also involved in what are they called, solo verse speaking, and it was encouraged, and I've gone till the nationals. So I think them harnessing my talent in other areas helped me feel comfortable in my shoes of being a creative. Now that even after finishing my Form 4 studies and doing mass communication and then doing film production, it's like it was started way back, class 3, where you're reading the news to the school, and now you're a whole grown up. So I'd say they played a really big part.
And that public speaking looks like it's also built you, of course, your confidence, and then also your articulation.
I would say so. Yes, I would say so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the first time I remember doing solo verse speaking, it was in class 6. I had practiced.
Yeah.
Then I went in front of the crowd. It was in what is this place called? Forgotten. Anyway, it's Dumberi, I think.
The scouting place, yeah?
It was a school, Dumberi
Dumberi.
school. We've gone for music festivals.
Yeah.
Do you know, I stood in front of the judges and I forgot everything. And I'm telling you, I was so embarrassed, and I'm a perfectionist. Now, I think also being an academic giant, let me say, for lack of better words, I've always wanted to be the top. I want to be the best. So I'm here thinking, I'm performing in this thing because I want to win. I'm not here to just joke around. So I go in front and then I forget everything. I just stood there, stunted, and I cried. I walked out and then I cried. I was like, I can't believe I've come all the way. And in fact, the school had brought 3 people. The whole entire school had brought 3 people. I was one of those 3 people, and I didn't even perform. I told myself the next year I am going to do it well. I got to the provincial level, I think, or is it the national level? I'm not sure. Yes. So it helped me. It really did build that confidence in speaking in public, especially doing the solo verse speaking, because I also picked it up in high school. I did French solo and got to the nationals. Yeah.
Oh, that was an experience. I imagine being in front of judges and then it's just everything disappears.
Yes, it's like dyslexia. You know the way you see,
Yeah.
you see, you're like, I know how to speak, but when the book comes there, all the words start playing. That's how it felt in my head.
But now you look so secure and happy right now.
Yeah.
Just compared to how other people would be in such situations of their life, and their life drastically changes.
I can't say it's a long journey.
Yeah.
It is a journey, and every day is a step.
Yeah.
And I will say, I realized if I cry every day, it's not gonna come back. My sight is not going to come back. Even if I cry, even if I pluck my hair, it's not going to come back. So what do I do with what I have? How do I make this work for me? So I choose to be happy. It's actually a choice.
A decision.
Yes. It's a choice. It's a choice you pick every day. There are days it's not so easy. I've had really hard weeks. I've had really hard times. Last year was a whole different story. I did not find the reason to wake up in the morning, and I'd stay in bed the whole entire day. I wouldn't even make my bed. I'd be listening to books and I don't even know what the books are saying. And it's a deeper sadness than just the sadness on the face. It's a deeper sadness because you feel like it's weighing you down internally. And when you get out of it, it's like you want to get out of it. I was on sleeping pills because I couldn't sleep. I was on painkillers because I was having really, really bad headaches and joint pains and muscle pains. And it brings you down. So there are days I've had, months actually, where life has been so hard because you can't understand why this life is going the way it's going. Losing your job, losing your source of income, and now you always have to rely on other people to take care of you. It's hi, can you send me 500 bob of bundles, or I need to go to the hospital, or I need to do this, I need to do that, and you're like, I was practically okay. I was good a year ago. 2 years ago, I could go to the shops by myself. Now I have to ask for help. I could just have gone down the stairs, just walked to the shops, but now I have to ask for help. So it really can cripple you in one way, but then you find little things to be grateful for. And one of the things that has put me in this space is the support system I've had from my friends. They've really, really been there for me when I have dark days. They show up and just say, you know what, Eve, I know it's hard, I know it's not going to be easy, but they do they do whatever they can. If it is coming with audiobooks on a flash disk, and just because we don't have internet, it's fine, we're gonna download it for you and bring it for you. If it's food, we'll send Uber Eats. In those small graces, it's there's a function, and I want you to come, and I want you to speak, and I want you to talk about your channel. And I'm like, okay, you see, that's an opportunity to build. It's not somebody who's just, oh, sorry, everything will be okay. That's not enough. The support system is actually what has gotten me to the space that I am in right now. Yeah. Which is great.
So as we conclude, what advice would you have for young children out there and young people?
I think it's for everybody. Explore the options that you're given. I think Marion is one of the schools that gives you other options, not just academics. It's not only focused on academics. I remember there was a guy who was a funny guy. Like, he was funny, but academically he was challenged.
You're just there. Yeah.
So whenever there was a function, I think it was on Friday, I don't know if we'd sit in the parade ground, bring our chairs, all of us, and then you're supposed to now bring your talent out. I don't know, it's called John Morage, I think. And John you're told, you and your comedy crew create a skit. He would shine. That time you're laughing, you're tearing up. Because, and you look at it, you're thinking, this is actually really good, because in other schools, it's always academics, push academics. And you're like, but what about these other things? What about, because if Marion didn't give me a chance in these other things, in all honesty, after finishing my Form 4 examination, I felt like a loser. I didn't think I was good at anything because I didn't pass my exams the way I expected to. And so I felt really distraught. But, there are these other gifts and skills that were harnessed in me, at least from my primary school. And I'm like, let me use this, what I'm good at, and excel in it, So there are people who've excelled, even in sports.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I loved sports day. Oh my God. And I think it was so good and amazing to see people shine during sports day. Sports day was not my forte. It was only my forte in class 3. That's it. So when we go to, let's say when I went to farmhouse, and now in class, I think 7 and 8, and we have sports day, we're coming in as farmhouse. And there are people who, in all honesty, when it comes to exams, cuts, they're not top. But sports day, it's their day to shine. They are shining. Hey! And they're winning trophies, and they're screaming for them, because that's their time to shine. When it comes to performance, dancing, music, you're given those opportunities to shine. There are days for that, So it's not only you get to shine in everything, unless you're multi-talented, but also there's a time for everyone to shine. It's not just academics, and they give you that chance. Sometimes even your time to shine is when we used to do the walks. And there was a guy, I think, called Tajiri now was good. He'd go home, give the form to the parents. They do get as many people to sign up and changa for his form. And then by the time, because he wants to win the bike, that's his time to shine. And you see, it's those small other things that make you a person. It's not just the academics. There are so many things that make a school, the school is an environment to harness all those other skills apart from just academic skills. Because you're not just a person because you're smart in terms of books. you could be smart, street smart. You could be musically talented. You could be artistic. There are girls who, and there's a guy who was so artistic. And when it comes to the Kiwi, there's a Kiwi, the Kiwi competition that used to come every year. Our class teacher would come and say, this competition, I know who is going to come for it. You know, they give those people that chance for them to shine, apart from just focusing on academics, you know. So people, I believe Marion gives a space for other people to shine. It's apart from just academics. So explore options. Don't just focus on one thing. Explore the options that are there. If it's drama, go. If it's art, try. If it's cooking, cook and let it backfire, but cook, try. Swimming, try. All those other options are there for you to try. You'd rather try and fail, but try. Try and say, nilijaribu. I ticked it off my list, but I am not good at this. And then you continue, because that gives you options and also expands your horizon. Yeah.
So trying is the main thing, because you don't reach, of course, on your 30s or 40s and then say you haven't tried as much as you can when you had energy and
let me tell you,
family and
try even if you're in 50s and that's it, and you want to go to a country that you've always been planning to go.
Yeah.
Go to that country.
Okay.
Go to it and hate it. Then say, okay, I'll never go there again.
Sawa. So we've come to the end of the video.
Awesome.
So guys, you are here with Evelyn, who has been a wonderful guest. Just put your palm up. I give you a hand. Nice.
Yeah, and please subscribe to my channel, Blindgirl Experience. I'm sure we're going to interact. Just if you find you like whatever you've seen, comment, say, yo, I like this episode, whatever. But comment, share with your family and friends, and subscribe and like. And join our community of sharing interesting stories on inclusivity and visual impairment.